All right, friends, good morning. We have made it to Canaveral National Seashore, and we are getting ready to do the backcountry hike from New Smyrna Beach to the parking area number 5 down to Playalinda Beach, which is down more south towards Titusville. Look at this beautiful sunrise. Wow. So let's go hiking. So we're just about to start the Klondike Beach hike, Apollo Beach hike, and the Playalinda Beach hike, which is going to take us about 12.8 miles in that direction right there. So we are excited about this hike. We've been planning for this hike. This is a longer hike than what we've been doing usually. And we are excited because it is sunrise and the weather's beautiful. And it is just 3 minutes after 6:30. We are ready to go. Let us show you the map as well. So that's our distance. A little blinking blue dot right there is my current location. And then I'm going to be heading south towards Playalinda Beach and being picked up by my beautiful wife and kids at the Playalinda Beach access. So let's go hiking. It is absolutely beautiful, exactly what I'd researched and what I expected. So within the first half mile here, it is just awe-inspiring. This is what we were hoping for and planning for weeks now for this hike. Logistically, I've got my Osprey backpack on, and it is filled to the hilt with water. I'm carrying about 6 liters of water. So I'm exploring different weight options for this backpack and then getting prepared for obviously longer through hikes. But I've got cooking canister, I've got food, I've got fuel just in case I need it. I've got a rain jacket. I'm always carrying my Columbia Omni Shade rain jacket. I'm also carrying bear spray. And today I'm hiking in my waterproof Merrells, which I applied something a little different this time. I put on gaiters. So because it's so sandy, I don't want to get that sand inside the sides of my shoes. So that is definitely something that I was looking at and researching to see, what can I do? What can I do to make sure that this beach hike is successful? So just look at this beautiful hike in front of me. I'm going to turn to my left here just a second so you can catch that beautiful sunrise with me. So right now the tide is high and it will peak low tide around noon today. So it should be good weather all the way through. So we're going to be taking sections of this hike and using it for video. So I won't do the whole video because that's just a lot of video. However, it's something that I'm training for to see exactly how to capture longer hikes. This trail tread that I'm on obviously is beach and it is soft sand. So make sure you plan accordingly and wear the appropriate footwear. So there is nothing much in between me and Playalinda Beach, south in Titusville. So we will see what we can find on the way, and anything that pops up or shows up of interest, we will definitely be capturing it. So let's keep hiking. So as I'm within that first mile on this hike from New Smyrna Beach to Playalinda Beach within the Canaveral National Seashore, I'm trying to find my footing here because it is loose sand and it is definitely a slope. However, I'm trying to see if I can stay in this area right here which is the shell zone, I call it, because above it, it looks like even softer sand. And the tide is, it's high right now. So not as high as it could be, because you can see up here on more of the top of the beach here, that's where the tide can actually reach. So we want to be mindful to make sure that doesn't push us up onto the dune, because it is illegal to hike on the dunes and walk on the dunes. So we were keeping an eye out for that as well. So I just wanted to show you my path on this trail tread here, because I'm having to figure out what's the best course of action here. But right now, it's going to be sticking to this shell zone. So let's keep hiking. So I want to show you another option that I found that I'm trying out right now within this first mile or so, is this upper beach area. And this is more towards the dunes, but it's far enough away from the dunes and the sea turtles that I see on here. The actually hatching areas. Haven't seen any turtles, but the hatching areas, so I want to stay away from those. However, I'm finding that this might be just a little bit more stable walking on, because it is giving me a little bit more, I guess, solid, if you want to say solid, trail tread. But I'll probably switch back to the shells here in just a little bit, just so I can make sure they stay far enough away from any sea turtle habitat. So I just want to show this to you as an option. All right, so I've reached the beach location where the backcountry permit is required past this point. So I knew this sign was coming based on research. You can see it over here to the right. So this is beyond this point, backcountry permit is required. And this is something you can pick up from the actual entrance station when you come in, and you're going to pay $5. And then you get paperwork that actually you'll carry with you as well. So this paperwork will stay in my little container here, protector sheet, and will be with us on the journey. But we are definitely doing the right thing, and make sure you pick up that permit if you're planning to hike this path, this trail from Klondike Beach, as well as heading down towards the Playalinda Beach from New Smyrna, or vice versa. You might need it if you're going to go north as well. So today we're hiking north to south. So let's keep hiking. As I'm trekking along the beach here, heading towards Playalinda Beach in Titusville within the Canaveral National Seashore, I'm starting to think about a lot of things, and it gives you that extra little special time to think. And we've got the Atlantic Ocean to your left, and it's just absolutely peaceful, almost rebalancing as I'm maneuvering through this sand. I'm just trying to relax, because it is hot out here, and it's just, like I said, just shy of 6:30 in the morning, probably closer to 7 now. But I was just thinking about my kids asking me, as well as my wife, "Dad, why are you doing these hikes? Why are you getting up at 3:30 in the morning to be at the beach to hike by 6:30? Well, it's simple for me, and it's really not much thought that I got to put into it. It's pure and simple. It's happiness. It is a stress reliever. It allows me to connect with nature. I mean, just look in front of me. There is nothing out here. This is one of the longest stretches of beaches in Florida that is still natural. And there's no even road access out here. So a lot of times you see the tracks of the four-wheelers out here. And you can see that it's just me and the Atlantic Ocean here. It's just beautiful. So it's very easy to answer that with saying, hey, I'm out here because I enjoy it. I'm out here because I want to be here. I'm out here because I know the benefits of hiking on mental health and physical fitness too. I mean, this beach is absolutely a little bit more strenuous. Probably a little harder hike because of the actual trail tread, because it's sandy and it's slopey. So just want to put that out there. I was just thinking about that. But just look around me, look in front of me. The birds, the waves, possibly even some sea turtles to my right up in those dunes that are protected. But that's it. I mean, the National Park Service knows I'm out here because I had to purchase the Backcountry permit, and I just got to let them know when I get down to the Playalinda Beach access that I have completed my hike. So I anticipate to that be in a couple hours. So we will check back in a little bit, see how the hike's going, see how the mind is doing. Because when we do some longer hikes, that mind is going to show up. And sometimes it's our best friend, and sometimes our worst enemy. You can hear me breathing a little bit harder because it's definitely tougher to walk on this. So, note to self, do some more cardio. I've been seeing these paw treads right here, or paw marks. I don't know what this is, but that is a pretty good sized paw. Looks like about 1, 2, 3, 4 toes in there. So I don't know if that's a big cat or a bear or something, but they're in front of me somewhere. So they're probably here overnight, but those are some big paws. All right, as we continue this hike, it is getting warm out here. I'm so thankful for the breeze that is coming off of the Atlantic Ocean to my left here. And out here right now, nothing but birds, nature, maybe some turtles, and me. I was talking about hiking in the tread, on the trail tread, lower on the beach in the shell zone. But I've also found that some of the animals have been walking in the four-wheeler tracks that I know that the folks come out and check the sea turtles out here in the nesting spots. So I learned from the animals out here to stay in the four-wheeler or side-by-side treads because it's already packed down a little bit and allows me to kind of keep more stable without digging into that sand with every step. So I don't know how long these trails, or I'm sorry, I don't know how long these ATV or side-by-side tracks are going to last, but I'm going to stay in them as long as I can. But you can see them right there in front of me. They go on forever and ever. So definitely an alternative. High, low, or middle on the beach. It's still a beach. Let's keep hiking. So our first experience here with a human being looks like one of the staff members or maybe one of the research staff out here on a four-wheeler that are in these fresh paths that I'm walking on right now. So he's way ahead of me here. We gave a wave and I had my pass ready if you need to see it. And I just drove on by. So he had a four-wheeler and looked like a little trailer towing behind him. So probably checking on a few things out here. So first contact with a human out here on the beach trail hike from New Smyrna Beach down to Playalinda Beach down in Titusville. Let's keep hiking. All right, checking in. Looks to be about every half an hour I'm checking in unless I see something that is definitely interesting or unique. But I finally reached a flat area to the beach and I'm still walking in the four-wheeler treads, fresh ones that I just saw go by. So I appreciate that very much. And it looks like he's checking out some of these turtle nests up here. So I'm going to obviously stay way away from those. being on the beach. And I just feel privileged to be here. I really do, and I want to really thank the National Park Service for allowing me to be here and granting me a backcountry pass, backcountry permit, that is, to do this hike from New Smyrna Beach down to Playalinda Beach, which is in Titusville. And it's just soaking in every step of the way that this is a 12.8 mile hike and it's beach. So when I get some time like this right now that I'm walking and it's flat, this is a absolute beauty of relief, because the other parts are sandy and at a slope, so definitely a little bit more challenging. I'm gonna be watching my water consumption. Actually overpacked, maybe not, I don't know yet, 6 liters of water, so I could have plenty of water. And it's in my Osprey 24-liter backpack, and it's the Stratus backpack, so I was able to fit in 6-liter bottles of the Life water bottles, plastic bottles, filled with that beautiful, delicious water. So I'm gonna make sure I drink before I feel thirsty and make sure I'm getting enough hydration, because it is definitely warming up out here. A little bit after 7:30 a.m. So let's keep connecting with nature and let's be one with nature always, and take care of it and respect it. Please do your part. So let's keep hiking. All right, it is 8 o'clock and I have just finished my first 1-liter bottle of smart water. Man, that is a pleasure right there to have. So I've got 5 more liters in my pack. So we'll see how many we get through. But again, I'm just making sure I am drinking before I feel thirsty, so I don't get dehydrated, because I'm sweating. So let's keep hiking. All right, so a little bit after 8 a.m., just stopped for a second to finish some of that delicious water, and see the guy coming back on the 4-wheeler. How's it going?
Where are you planning on going?
All the way down to Playalinda.
Okay, you got enough water?
I do. I got 7 liters.
Okay, cool.
It matter if you can see it.
Yeah, I just want to make sure.
What are these markers right here? I'm trying to figure out. Are those mile markers, or are they
quarter mile?
Quarter miles.
They're used for monitoring the beach for sea turtle nesting.
Ah, okay. Yeah, I see plenty. I keep avoiding them going down.
Oh, don't worry. Yeah, they're about every quarter mile. Some of them got some slop a little bit.
I know there's a shelter still about 6 miles.
Yeah.
Halfway, but
yeah, you're not too far from it.
Yeah, I'm gonna through hike it.
You can see that big tower up
Yes.
there. It's just about a half mile past.
Oh,
that.
perfect. Yeah, I'm gonna through hike it down and get picked up down there. So,
Cool, man.
thanks, man. Appreciate what you do. So, great conversation. The National Park Service employee just checking to make sure I got enough water. So I really appreciate that. And just seeing how far I was hiking through. I showed him my backcountry permit and seemed to be okay with it. So, real nice guy. And I appreciate him checking in. So we're going to keep hiking. And like I said, we're hiking all the way down to Playalinda Beach in Titusville. And he did confirm that there was a shelter about halfway. So we'll stop there and take a break. And maybe take the pack off for a couple minutes and adjust our time. And then keep hiking. Because this is definitely a privilege to be here today. And I'm enjoying every step of the way. So let's keep hiking. All right, we're continuing the hike from New Smyrna Beach down to Playalinda Beach. It's a little bit after 8:30 a.m. and we've been hiking since 6:30 sunrise, and we are making good time, it seems. despite what you're seeing in front of me, is this rolling type of sandy slope here. It's not the dune. The dune's farther up on the beach, but this is just that rolling kind of hill elevation change here that is it's challenging. It's definitely challenging because you're also having to deal with that soft sand. So good thing for the trekking poles. So I have my Trekology trekking poles here with me today, and I am sweating to death, and I'm also drinking plenty of water on this hike just to make sure, it's not just for the water, specifically for the water, but it's also for the weight, so I can feel that weight in the pack so I can get ready for longer hikes. But you can see how this kind of takes a toll on you because it's continually rolling just up and down, up and down, up and down. So make sure you plan for this. Do little extra steps in your workout and your training for these longer hikes. I know I will. So live and learn. So let's keep hiking. We're not too far from the actual research. There's like a little shelter, probably halfway mark. I can see there's a tower in front of me, and the National Park Service staff that was on the four-wheeler is checking the beach and the dunes. Just telling me that that's a good indicator that you're pretty close to it. So I can see it in the distance, and we are getting closer and closer. So we'll take a quick water break there as well and readjust the backpack and check our time, and then we'll keep hiking south to Playalinda Beach. Let's keep hiking. All right, as you see in front of me here, to my right here is the actual communication tower that is almost daggone near halfway on this beach hike from New Smyrna Beach to Playalinda Beach down in Titusville, Florida. And we are still smack dab in between the beach hike on Canaveral National Seashore. So that's one of the national parks in Florida. And it's just been a phenomenal hike so far. I mean, I've seen one staff member on a four-wheeler that was out here monitoring the beach, monitoring the sea turtles. Other than that, it has been me, the Atlantic Ocean, and guess what? This has been a phenomenal hike. And you can see, so passing this tower real quick. It's got a good little view there. So we're gonna keep hiking, and you know what? The best thing is that I know just beyond this tower that we're passing right now, there is a resting spot per se. It is a research center, research station, research field station, and it could be a center point for this entire hike. So you can actually see it there. It's just right up there to my right. It's coming into the distance here. But I will definitely see if I can take my pack off right there. Maybe there's a little porch area or something to sit on there. And I'll see if that's something that I can rest for a second, drink some water, and then keep hiking. So we're almost approaching 9 o'clock, and we are still on point for a 6-hour hike from New Smyrna Beach to Playalinda Beach. And again, we're at the Canaveral National Seashore. All right, it is just now 9 o'clock a.m. and we have reached, it appears to be the center point of the hike between New Smyrna Beach and Playalinda Beach in Titusville. And we have reached the little area here that is also known as the Field Research Center, or shelter per se. And I am sure glad to see this, just to be able to have this as a goal point in the center and see it and just say, hey, there is something out here, because other than this, ain't much out here. So happy to be here, happy to get to this point. We're gonna get some water real quick, take a few pictures, and then we're gonna continue hiking south towards Playalinda Beach in Titusville, Florida. All All right, so I've stopped just for a few minutes here at this little field station, and I've got a little cover over top of me just for a couple minutes here. And I'm standing under, looks like you can see right here, put at the top of that awning right there. And it's a little bit of relief though. The wind is still blowing good, and definitely just feels good to stop for just a couple of seconds. So I'm gonna get some water and continue hiking this beautiful hike between New Smyrna Beach and also Playalinda Beach. That's inside Canaveral National Seashore. All right, after a quick stop at the field research station here at the Canaveral National Seashore, we are heading south again towards Playalinda Beach, and right now this marks our halfway point. So thank you very much for a little bit of shade from the Field Research Center, and we're gonna keep moving south. So let's keep hiking. Just taking a couple minutes to readjust the backpack, readjust some of the straps on the trekking sticks, move some of the water around, because I've already gone through 2 liters of water during this stop. I finished 1 liter in total. So between 6:30 a.m. and 9 a.m. I drank 2 liters of water. So right now I have, I have 4 more liters left of water. So I am probably in a good spot with water. So I don't think you can ever have enough water. Obviously it's heavy to carry, and you just got to figure out how to carry it, obviously, the most effective way. But when you have it and you know you have it, there's just a good psychology about that, a good feeling that you actually have water. So I'm not rationing water, I'm just taking my time with it, because I just don't want to waste it, but I also want to have it if I need it. So right now we are continuing our hike south, and actually you can see some of the towers that the Cape Canaveral has on their field. And it's a little blurry because I guess it's either cloudy down that way or it's just windy and sand is blowing, but it's coming into view. But I really am enjoying this hike. This beach hike was something that I wanted to do for a while. Actually, when I visited this Canaveral National Seashore and did a few hikes here during National Park Week, we definitely enjoyed it. And I said, you know what, I got to come back. I got to come back and do that hike, because that's definitely something that will get me trained up, per se, or give me some good training, some realization of my physical ability, but also just the idea of how to pack the backpack and what to take with me, etc. So overall, awesome. So far, so good. Awesome hike. It's been challenging in somewhat because of the trail tread is just specifically, it is sand and slope. You can see I'm going down a slope right now. I can stay up high or go down low. I'm going to go down low for just a little bit. But the wind is blowing off of the Atlantic here to my left, and Indian River Lagoon to my right. And just it's so peaceful. I mean, absolutely peaceful just to be out here today. And I'm very thankful for the National Park Service to maintain this green space and this land. And I look forward to continue the hike. Halfway to go. I just want to share with you, as we're hiking the beach between New Smyrna Beach and Playalinda Beach in Titusville, inside of the Canaveral National Seashore Park. After getting halfway, the sand has actually gotten a little bit more firmer, which is absolutely a treat, because from 6:30 this morning until about 9, it's been soft sand the whole way, and it has been fun on the body and the hips and everything. I just hope, I'm just glad, I'm grateful that I have my gaiters on my feet. They're short gaiters that attach to my shoes, and they zip up And I am so grateful for these gaiters. And I'll put a picture up here because it has been keeping the sand out of my shoes. And I'm wearing some waterproof Merrells, and they have been awesome. My feet are not hurting. I don't feel any blisters forming, which is awesome. And it has to do with my socks as well. So I'll talk about all that and what I'm wearing in this hike. I mean, I'm absolutely soaking wet from sweat. And but I just wanted to show you and share with you that right now I'm flat, and the trailhead is, the trail tread is flat, and it is still sand, but it is a lot firmer than it was for the first half. So let's keep hiking. This is my absolute favorite birds right here with me walking. I wanted to start to fly, but I think when I started talking, they spooked them a little bit, but they're just very cool. Those long beaks they have, so beautiful. That's just some of the wildlife that I've seen out here this morning, hiking between New Smyrna Beach and Playalinda Beach in Canaveral National Seashore. So let's keep hiking. What's going on, bud? What are you doing sunning yourself out here? All right, have fun out here. This is your neck of the woods, or your beach. I'm just a visitor. So I had to stop for a second just to take a look at this. I don't know what this is. If anybody knows, comment down below. It looks like some sort of a buoy, and it looks like a green wire sticking out from the top, maybe to monitor weather or something. But there's a good lookout right there. So a little bit after halfway in the hike between New Smyrna Beach, Playalinda Beach. So very cool find. Anybody knows what it is? Let me know. As we continue hiking between New Smyrna Beach and Playalinda Beach, the Canaveral National Seashore is just absolutely pristine and beautiful. I was reading that it was one of the longest stretches of natural, untouched beach, and it definitely shows. I mean, obviously I'm following some tracks here that are four-wheelers, but this is the actual tracks of the National Park Service. So I saw them early this morning, checking the beach, checking the sea turtle situation out here. I definitely just want to check in and kind of tell you a few things. I mean, it's definitely been a interesting 6 miles so far. I'm a little bit over halfway, and 2 liters of water I've consumed, and had a package of trail nuts with some cranberries in it. I mean, that was definitely a boost. So make sure you drink plenty of water, bring plenty of water. I think that's the majority of the weight that I'm carrying today is water. I'm carrying 6 liters of water, and I'm already through 2. So I'm gonna take a break here in just a couple minutes and probably do another half liter just to stay hydrated. I just want to tell you how glad I am that you're with me today, and to be able to see this hike. I mean, this is definitely a new trail by far, and it has been challenging from a logistical standpoint of being able to be dropped off in New Smyrna Beach and to being able to be picked up in Playalinda Beach, which is in Titusville. So you would think it's close, but it's not. It's still about an hour and a half or so drive from the Orlando area, and it's triangulated. So from Orlando, Titusville is almost directly across, if not a little bit southeast, and then New Smyrna Beach is going to be northeast from Orlando. So it is definitely some logistics to get that done, because if not, if you're doing this yourself, hopefully you got 2 vehicles, you can park one on one end and one on the other, but it's not as likely as you would think. So I am very grateful for my wife, and my kids are coming along to pick me up and Playalinda Beach, and then we will go from there and start researching other hikes. But until then, you know, the benefits of being out here today are just phenomenal. I mean, I'm sweating to death, so there's some physical challenges here. I know my legs are getting a workout. I can feel my hips and my knees and my back, and I'm carrying, you know, the most of the weight is the water that I'm carrying. And then a few items, I'm carrying a burner as well, a cook stove just in case, some noodles, and a few snacks. I'm carrying a rain jacket, I'm carrying a SOG fixed handle blade. I'm carrying my Saber Red bear spray, and definitely wearing my Tilly hat today because the sun is almost straight up, friends. Woo! It is getting warm out here, and I'm grateful for my Omni shade shirt that I have on. It's a long sleeve. I had it rolled up this morning, and it just got so wet that I just rolled it down to dry off a little bit. But it's definitely protecting my arms from the sun as well. And I've got my Canaveral hiking shoes on. They're waterproof, which has been awesome because of the sand. And also purchased some gaiters, some low gaiters for this hike specifically to keep the sand out of my shoes. And it's so far so good. I haven't had to stop and clear my shoes or anything, but we'll see at the end of the hike how much sand got in. You know, if it's minimal, awesome. And if it's a lot, then, you know, obviously we'll have to rethink. However, I just want to put out there that, you know, this is just a phenomenal opportunity to just be with yourself and your thoughts, because I'm not videoing the whole hike. I'm just videoing every half an hour to an hour or so, or if I find something interesting. But it's definitely a lot of time to think about what's next, what direction I'm going, my goals, my values. And I think that's a huge benefit of hiking on mental health. And we have learned that during Mental Health Awareness Month, which is every May. And hopefully we can do a lot more next year during the month. But I definitely am glad that you continue to watch these videos, because they are definitely not as easy as you think to make, but at the same time, it's the access to them that and logistics to get in here, which is the hardest part. Plus, obviously, this kind of hike, you're just doing it. I mean, it's just very beneficial. But instant stress reliever. After I got all situated this morning, probably around, I'd say about 6:45 to 7, I got into the groove of it and found my position on the trail tread, which is the sand underneath my feet or whatever I'm walking on. And once I got that, it just flowed very well. It was a little bit challenging for the first part, and still is a little bit, because I'm finding out that it's still now going, the terrain is going up and down, so it's elevation a little bit on the beach for these, I guess, little hills or dunes, whatever they call them. And avoiding the sea turtle areas is been my objective as well. So we're going to keep hiking, and we'll check in a little bit and see how we're feeling, where we're at. But again, the benefits, endless. I cannot emphasize that enough. From doing these hikes, from hiking, from being outdoors, being in the green space, being in nature. I mean, just being able to connect with nature today has been awesome. And it has been refreshing. I've got the Atlantic Ocean to my left, the Indian River lagoons to my right over the actual sand dune there, which is off limits, of course. But it's just been phenomenal. Great weather. I know it's supposed to rain the rest of the week, and I don't know about doing this hike in mid-June or July, because it might be a little bit too hot, because even today, reaching 85 plus degrees, I mean, it's down here in Florida, that's still a little hot. So appreciate you being with me today. So let's continue hiking. walking up on something that's pretty interesting. I don't know what that is. I'm not going to touch it. But it looks to be maybe a cement or some type of float of some sort, maybe a piece of a dock that blew away. If anybody knows what it is, let me know. But that is, so I get a better view of it from this side. That's more in the south portion of the hike between New Smyrna Beach and Playalinda Beach. So, very cool find. Never know what you find on the beach here. So I had to stop for a second and pick this shell up. This is one of the biggest shells that I've ever seen in my life. And this thing was just laying on the beach in front of me. And it's gigantic. It honestly, it's as big as my face. I'm gonna put it back on the ground, but that is the biggest shell that I've ever seen in my life. This is on the Canaveral National Seashore in between New Smyrna Beach and Playalinda Beach. Wow, look at that. All right, friends, this concludes the hiking video from Canaveral National Seashore. I'm getting ready to go into an area that I can't video. So thank you for being with me today, and I look forward to the next hike.